Just found out my wife cheated after 21 years of marriage, don't know what to do next. I've been unwell for 3 days and haven't slept. Please bear with me since I seldom use social media. My wife, 46F, and I, 48M, have been married for 21 years, together for 23 years, and have a 22-year-old kid. We've been experiencing some issues for the last year or so, and she's shown very little closeness or love in recent months. Unfortunately, I travel frequently for work, but I've recently tried to make things better by taking time off and making an extra effort to engage her, give her back rubs, hugs, and affection, but she just became more and more distant, eventually turning me down the last couple of times I tried to initiate. In the first 20 years of our marriage, she has never turned me down for any kind of intimacy. I've also been suspicious since she never puts her phone down and keeps it hidden. I eventually upped the courage to check the phone bill, and lo and behold, she's been calling and messaging numbers I don't know. There are thousands of messages dating back to last year, sent at all hours of the day and night, even on vacations. I felt something was up when I saw this, so I sat her down and challenged her about it. She said it was purely an emotional affair with no physical contact, only talks and flirtation. This person comes into her office on a daily basis, but I've never met him. I was saddened, but I thought there had to be more to it, so I looked into it. He seems to be using various phone numbers to accomplish this, but after some careful investigation, I discovered his identity, social media, job title, assistant veterinarian, and some other facts. After a few days, I confronted her with all I had discovered, and she denied until I threatened to go public. She finally acknowledged it was a physical affair that had been going on for quite some time, at least 6 months. She said she only had physical contact with him once, but when I questioned her for specifics, she couldn't recall when it happened. Right. After her gaslighting and lying to me for so long, I can't believe it occurred only once. Oh my God, what a jerk I've been. This is absolutely a deal breaker for me. We had what I believed was a wonderful marriage until lately, but who knows how long she has been tampering with us. We agreed to split and work on ourselves at first, but when she confessed to having with him, when questioned a few days later, I told her we needed to divorce. We have no small children and no substantial assets. She's had serious medical concerns, so we sold everything we'd worked hard for to pay for doctors and therapy. So the divorce procedure is very straightforward here. She has agreed to leave this week and wants to live with a single friend with children and sleep on her sofa, WTF. She claims the new man has 4 roommates, so she won't be living with him, but I don't believe her anymore. I'm at a loss on what to do next. Because we've been together for almost all of our adult lives, the pain and betrayal has left me extremely broken up. I'm genuinely mourning the marriage and I hoped we'd be able to work through it. But there's no turning back now. I'm very close to my son, and he is outraged that she has been cheating on him. But he clearly still loves his mother. This is where I could really benefit from some guidance. I really want to blow this thing up and tell our family and friends why we're breaking up. She is frightened that I will make everything public and has pleaded with me not to since it may ruin his life. And he's a lovely man, except for wrecking marriages in his spare time. I know where he works and am considering informing others in his life about what is going on since he has completely wrecked my marriage and my life. My kid wants me to simply terminate things with her and not make a big deal out of it. He claims that if I go public about that adultery, I would be lowering myself to their level. But this has damaged my heart as well as our marriage, and I am becoming more enraged. Should I go public with them? Anyone have any suggestions on how I should go about this? Or are there any resources that might assist me in resolving this? How will I ever be able to trust again? Sorry for the lengthy, meandering post. I'm feeling a little out of it, to be honest. Thank you ahead of time. Edit. Many thanks to everyone who provided encouragement and suggestions. Right now, my kid is my first priority. He has just ended his relationship with his first love, who cheated, so the timing is terrible. I want to follow his desires, but I've decided that at the least, I'll inform our close friends and family, which will annoy my son. But after this treachery, I'm not going to allow her the opportunity to just conceal her acts and brush it all under the rug. I also feel compelled to expose my wife in order to keep my self-respect, and as a Lesson. I'm hoping my kid picks up on it as well. Nothing he or I did could ever justify this betrayal of our family. I requested her to kindly simply pack her belongings and go. She accepted and would leave today. Also, we are just filing a joint petition for divorce. We have no assets other than some medical bills, which we will divide, so there is nothing else to argue over. There will be no alimony or child support. I have the divorce papers completed and notarized and will file on Monday. Edit #2. Following some angry PM, I booted her out of the home 6 days ago and informed both of our family and friends. She is allegedly living on the sofa of a friend and using her address. It doesn't really matter to me anymore since I'm just concerned with myself and my immediate family. I'm leaving a forwarding address since I'm relocating to a new apartment in 10 days. If I approach the man, there's a strong possibility I'll wind up in prison. So we're focusing on the future. Thank you again to everyone who commented or messaged me with nice and encouraging remarks. Story 2. A long time ago, at a university at least an hour away. Old story from my past. This is from 1993-1994, and it's a little lighthearted. At least, not as heartbreaking as many of these tales. I suppose that may be disastrous for the other man. In college, I dated a girl for 2 years. She went from I would never do that to about as wild as two humans can go without power equipment or animals. I should have pushed her because I'm sure I could have gotten a 3-way from her. Or even more. Anyway, to this day, the finest of my life. However, we were unsuitable in other ways. She was serious about some of that Catholic stuff, and she wanted me to convert, among other things. No way, no how. Things became uncomfortable once we both realized we weren't on a marriage path. Fights were becoming more regular and severe, but she had. I don't want to say she had abandonment problems, but she didn't want to be single. I suppose she was afraid of how much of a slut she'd be if she was single again, after I wrecked her. I might be completely wrong, but that was the sense I received. We generally get quite excited about making up after these disagreements, as though if it was good, the relationship had to be good or something. Kids are so naive. Then she met a new man and swapped horses in a hurry. She met him around Thanksgiving and was ing him by Christmas break. And this was a long-distance relationship. She met him while returning home from college, so she only met him 3 or 4 times before eating his dick. To be honest, this had to happen. We weren't helping each other anymore, and we were on the verge of a breakup anyhow, so sure, it hurt when she dropped me, given how quickly it happened. But I didn't fight it. It saved me the effort of having to do it myself. He was a bit older and had already graduated from college, while she still had a year to go, and he had a long-distance relationship, so I was still her school spouse or whatever. She felt the need to confide in me, too much, and no man appreciates hearing about how the new guy is pounding his old sweetheart, peaceful separation or not. You did it better, but he's better at that, like that. She even stated that we could still have fun as long as he didn't find out. Now, she had offered it a few times before, and I had always been opposed to it. We were through with that aspect of our relationship, and I didn't want to share, until she informed me he couldn't find out. For the remainder of the semester, I savaged her any time I had. She rapidly realized her error, that she was cheating on her partner, but she never refused me. Not even in April, when the ring appeared on her finger. I'm sorry to admit that, but knowing I was the other guy was enthralling. I reasoned that she had cheated on me first, and I had no remorse or guilt for any of it. We didn't communicate once the semester was over. We didn't maintain in contact when I graduated. I'm still wondering whether he's aware. She could never keep a secret from me, so I'm sure he can.